you very much. Good evening, everyone.
Welcome to Weekend Update. I'm Michael Che.
I'm Colin Jost. Tuesday was National Puppy Day, unfortunately at Subway. Mike Pence, who looks like a polar bear went to work, announced that the first two Space Force bases would be set up in Florida. I assume at Tomorrowland and Epcot Center. Officials at the Barcelona Zoo revealed that 4 lions at the facility tested positive for coronavirus. Even more shocking, it's because they attended a Hasidic wedding. 15 million doses of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine have been delayed following an ingredient mix-up at the factory. But the good news is now your shampoo might cure COVID. Pfizer also said that its COVID vaccine is safe and effective for teens aged 12 to 15. Well, that's a relief, said Matt Gaetz. A new law has been passed in California requiring companies to have more diversity in their board of directors, which is how I forced my way onto the board of BET. BET. There's going to be some changes around here. A man in New York State was trapped inside his car for 10 hours overnight when a plow covered his car in 4 feet of snow. Even more amazing, his wife believed that story.
Taylor Swift has released an album of re-recorded versions of her album Fearless, which she first made when she was 18. Wow, that's impressive, because if I released an album of things I wrote when I was 18, I would be fired immediately. Tyler Perry is developing a new TV series that explores the origin of his character Medea, weirdly as part of his new superhero franchise, The Avengers. McDonald's announced that for the first time in a decade, it's adding new items to its breakfast bakery menu, including an apple fritter, a blueberry muffin, and cinnamon rolls, all for the low, low price of one of your feet. Democrats in Congress have introduced legislation to raise the federal minimum wage to $15 an hour, which would finally give minimum wage workers the ability to pay rent in the year 1995.
It was announced that Verizon will sell AOL and Yahoo, I assume, to the year 1998. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo announced that Broadway could reopen on September 14th, except for the new musical about Cuomo's handling of the pandemic, Nursing Homa. On Rudy to carry out your secret mission is like handing your grocery list to your dog. It was announced that Stormy Daniels will appear on Michael Cohen's podcast. Worse, Michael Cohen will appear in a Stormy Daniels movie.
House Republicans voted to remove Liz Cheney from her party leadership role after she continued to challenge Donald Trump's lie that the election was stolen. Wow, I never thought I'd find myself feeling bad for Liz Cheney, and I was right, I don't. New Yorker reporter Jeffrey Toobin has been suspended after getting caught masturbating on a Zoom call. And he's from the New Yorker, so that jerk was dry as hell.
A Marine base in California revealed that 10 pounds of C4 explosives have gone missing from the facility. So it's either a domestic terror plot or someone's having a gender reveal party. It was reported that after Morgan Wallen lost his recording contract when he was caught on video using the N-word, sales for his albums rose over 1,000%, proving my long-held theory that if NBC would just let me say it, the ratings will go up. Panera announced that it's adding pizza to its menu, which is the kind of fun story your aunt would have posted on Facebook before their algorithms made her a white supremacist. A popular new hashtag among teenagers is simp, which describes boys who are overly nice to girls they like. As in, only a simp would flee a disaster just because his wife wanted to go to Cancun. Okay, that's awesome. An American Airlines pilot reported that during a flight over New Mexico, he saw a long cylinder object come close to his plane. Sorry, that was just our engine, said United. A sailor
who fell overboard survived for 14 hours in the Pacific Ocean by floating on a large piece of garbage. Sorry, that was our other engine, said United. Drake has released a line of scented candles that smell like him. And unfortunately, so has DJ Khaled. Doctors in China removed more than 120 magnetic beads swallowed by a 5-year-old boy. Wow. Wait till his boss at the factory hears about this.
Netherlands are developing a form of in vitro meat, which can be grown in a lab. They say the in vitro meat will be perfect for couples who can't have steaks of their own. And Fisher have aged better than Chewbacca. Governor Phil Bryant on Wednesday asked state legislatures to declare President Obama's new gun control proposals illegal, though I'm not sure if the Mississippi state legislature has that kind of power since it's just 30 hissing possums in a barn. Reportedly soon introduce a new plane that has a smaller bathroom, which will make room for an additional 4 seats on the plane, because the top 2 complaints about air travel are these bathrooms are too big and there aren't enough people on my flight. Presidential campaigns and outside groups have spent just under $1 billion in advertising for this election, so far swaying a total of 1 undecided voter. Orangutans at the Smithsonian's National Zoo are now being given iPads to use as part of an Apps for Apes program. Man, and you think your screen gets dirty. Apps for Apes is also causing some jealousy among those participating in Zunes for Baboons. This week, that because of the budget sequester, the Navy has canceled New York's annual Fleet Week, in which dozens of large ships dock in the city for the week. So heads up, ladies, that's an ice cream man hitting on you. Got a tattoo on his neck this week of what some people say appears to be a battered woman's face. You know you've made a terrible decision when having a neck tattoo is the second worst thing about your neck tattoo. That 7 members of SEAL Team 6, the elite unit that killed Osama bin Laden, were given career-ending reprimands after they disclosed operational secrets to the makers of the video game Medal of Honor. Now everyone knows bin Laden was killed by AB, up, down, right trigger, left trigger. He set a new record Sunday with the longest ever rendition of the national anthem at a Super Bowl, ending 2.5 minutes into the first quarter. The New York man who dressed as Cookie Monster in Times Square and was arrested last month for allegedly pushing a toddler has rejected a plea deal that would have allowed him to avoid jail time. Said the man, "Me put system on trial." New Jersey's DMV is banning drivers from having big smiles on their driver's license photos. Though I gotta wonder, was that a big problem at the New Jersey DMV? Everything I ever thought it would be. This week apologized to the Native American community for featuring a model in a recent fashion show wearing a feather headdress and buckskin bikini. Said one Native American, "Yes, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to us." This Monday marked the start of the annual Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show, which is the busiest week of the year for New York City's dog prostitutes. That after American Idol's low ratings this season, all 4 judges, including Randy Jackson, Mariah Carey, and Nicki Minaj, will be replaced next season. Who will replace them? Find out this fall on the all-new reality competition show, American Idol Judge Idol. In an interview promoting his new tell-all, Arnold Schwarzenegger said his marriage to Maria Shriver fell apart because of him, and that he hopes to one day win her back. And what better way to win her love back than to write a book about all the times you tricked her? This week profiled a condition called photokeratitis after he temporarily blinded himself by not wearing sunglasses while on a boat. Ironically, the condition could also be caused by staring at Anderson Cooper in a white T-shirt. Announced this week that Girls Gone Wild, the softcore porn company, has filed for bankruptcy. In response, drunk girls across the nation held their shirts at half-mast. Wednesday, Mitt Romney, who had previously stated he would not introduce legislation limiting abortion, vowed he would still be a pro-life president, which makes sense because Romney defines life as anybody making over $250,000 a year. MTV announced that on December 20th it will air the series finale of Jersey Shore, in which it will be revealed that the whole show was just a dream in the mind of a meatball with syphilis. Star Honey Boo Boo this week endorsed President Obama. During an appearance on the Jimmy Kimmel Show, I knew Obama was pro-birth control, but I didn't know birth control was pro-Obama.
Ashley Simpson collapsed after a performance in Tokyo Thursday. Simpson spent Friday in the hospital while her show that night went on as scheduled without her.
Okay, you've been patient. Now I'm going to tell a bunch of jokes about you. In an interview Monday, Charlie Sheen claims he quit drugs on his own, saying, "I closed my eyes and made it so with the power of my mind. I don't know. I find it hard to believe that a guy who's done that much coke was able to close his eyes." The suspension of Charlie Sheen's sitcom 2.5 Men and Sheen's subsequent bizarre television and radio appearances have dominated the news this week, and with a story that big, there are bound to be. Columbus, the untold story, claims that Christopher Columbus was not Italian, but actually the son of an exiled Polish king. Well, that would certainly explain why he missed India by 15,000 miles. Spider-Man, Turn Off the Dark, set a new record for the most preview performances ever without actually opening. The previous record was held by my first girlfriend, Catholic Susie.
Ohio has installed an all-carrot vending machine. So give it a try, kids. If you don't like fresh veggies, maybe you'll like veggies that have been sitting all day in a dusty metal box.
Bear hunt in 5 years started Monday, so be on your guard, mob wives. Some researchers are warning the efforts by global health officials to combat obesity is actually creating a stigma against fat people, though I'm going to go ahead and put equal blame on Martin Lawrence. Hit with record-breaking heat on Monday with temperatures reaching 113 degrees. It was so hot, even Governor Schwarzenegger couldn't take it. Said the retailer is looking to open a store in New York City, though given the cost of retail space in New York, it will have to be scaled down a tad. Teenager in Florida is saying that his saggy jeans saved his life after an alligator attacked him but couldn't grip his leg through the loose fabric. So remember, kids, wear your saggy jeans the next time you go alligator taunting. Elliot Spitzer's new political talk show, Parker Spitzer, premiered Monday to low ratings. If you're having trouble remembering which channel it's on, just remember client number 9. According to a new poll, President Obama's approval rating is at 50%, its highest level in 7 months. Of course, it helps that the poll was taken at a Brown University drum circle. Of Osama bin Laden, President Obama's approval rating jumped to 56%, his highest in 2 years, which shows that there is literally nothing he can do to please the other 44%. Long dong silver in the pube on the Coke can. Is there a lesson here? There is. If you're thinking of calling a woman who accused your husband of sexual harassment 19 years ago that would in turn remind Americans of the details of said harassment, don't. It's Friday by TurboTax called SnapTax, which will allow people to prepare and file their taxes from their smartphones. Finally, the stress and headache of doing your own taxes comes to a much smaller screen. A new poll shows that 45% of Americans think that President Obama will beat any Republican opponent to win re-election, while the other 55% are Republican candidates. That it will change the method for manually searching passengers, and that searches will now include an agent running his or her hand up the inside of a passenger's leg while this music plays. Comcast officially took control of NBC Universal, and I have to say, things are better already. Seriously, I have to say that. It was reported that the Walt Walt Disney Company has officially bought the trademark to the name SEAL Team 6, the name of the unit that killed Osama bin Laden. So get ready for a very disturbing sequel to Up. I don't want to see that movie. Head coach Wade Phillips, after the team's 1-7 start this season. Wow, a brand new house, a rapid downward spiral, and now unemployment. They really are America's team. This guy is 82 and he looks fantastic. Just goes to show you, Egyptians are great at preserving. House Ethics panel on Tuesday found Representative Charles Rangel guilty on 11 counts of breaking House rules and 1 count of impersonating the Lorax. Super PAC campaign would also attack President Obama for what they claim was falsely presenting himself to the country as a metrosexual black Abe Lincoln, which they must be basing on his preferred campaigning attire. Who was attempting to cross the Red Sea, became stranded for 2 days and had to fight off sharks with a knife before being rescued. The man is in good condition and is ready to shoot some more Dos Equis commercials. An Indiana woman who was upset with her 14-year-old son's frequent run-ins with police has forced him to stand outside wearing a sign reading, "I lie, I steal, I sell drugs," which is terrible for the kid's self-esteem, but great for his drug business. That as part of a product placement deal, there will be a scene in the new James Bond movie in which Daniel Craig will drink a Heineken instead of Bond's traditional martini. Even worse, the new Bond villain will be named Dr. Google Von TurboTax. Protesters clashed after Mayor Bloomberg ordered that Zuccotti Park be cleared. And for those of you who have it TiVo'd, I won't spoil who won the fight between the guys armed with riot shields and batons and the guys armed with bongos and trail mix. A pastor from Virginia has created a new diet called Bod for God, in which he urges people to lose weight for Jesus because it's getting harder and harder for Jesus to carry you on the beach. In Pennsylvania focuses on the 12 dogs that died on the Titanic, so round up the kids and head on over to the Philadelphia Museum of Bummers. Facebook on Thursday announced a major change to its interface called Timeline, which will let users share pictures and videos in real time. Because we've all been thinking, come at me faster, other people's sonograms. The Hanson brothers, famous for their song Bop, announced this week they're releasing a new beer called Hop. As in, no, we don't carry Hop, pick a real beer. Tuesday called New York Giants coach Tom Coughlin to congratulate him and the team for winning the Super Bowl. He tried to phone the Patriots too, but the call was dropped. Revealed that a spokesperson for Al-Qaeda said that Fox News lacks neutrality. I'm not usually one to defend Fox News, but right back at you, Al-Qaeda. Madonna will perform during this year's Super Bowl halftime show. Man, every time you think the Super Bowl halftime show can't top itself, you're right. A new fat-rich diet that has become extremely popular in Norway is being blamed for depleting the country's stocks of butter, thanks in no small part to Norway's celebrity chef, Paula Dean Flurgan. His name Malachi was named Best in Show at this year's Westminster Dog Show. Oh man, that dog is going to get so much leg. And as always at Westminster, Worst in Show went to Ralph. Why do you keep trying, Ralph? There's a controversy with a cover story of attachment parenting that used this photo, which brings us to a segment we like to call, according to a new study, 91% of children in the U.S. play video games, while the other 9% are too fat to play video games. In Japan are planning to use wild monkeys equipped with radiation monitoring devices to study the levels at the Fukushima nuclear power plant. Well, I think we all know how this ends. Watch your movies, Japan. Hallmark this week announced that it will soon release a line of Justin Bieber greeting cards. It's the perfect way to show your daughter that you know exactly one thing about her. Tuesday passed a resolution that reaffirms "In God We Trust" as the official motto of the United States, though it just barely edged out "God, why have you forsaken us?" Researchers say that a new drug tested on monkeys has helped them lose weight with no dieting or exercise. It's the easiest way to make the lean, sexy monkeys we've all been clamoring for.
This Wednesday was the Catholic holiday of Ash Wednesday. Or not, whatever, man, said Pope Francis before flicking a cigarette and peeling away on a Harley. Elton John's upcoming Russian concert tour are concerned that it could violate the country's controversial new law banning gay propaganda, especially since that's the name of the tour.
This week, Duck Dynasty star Willie Robertson said he'd like to take President Obama duck hunting with him, or as it's also known, a trap.
Who is being sued by talent agency William Morris for failing to pay them, said that he will fight them to the death. Said Rivera, think about it. Why would I owe money to a talent agency? A new poll shows that 59% of Americans want the FAA to keep its ban on cell phones used during flight, while the other 41% want you to guess where they're calling you from.
Biologists have determined that the reason zebras have stripes is to help them repel flies and not, as I had been led to believe, because they escaped from horse jail.
It's been a busy week in Washington with the shutdown of the federal government and the launch of Obamacare.
Chicago, I can do that. The Vatican this week said that Pope Francis has drawn 4 times the number of visitors to St. Peter's Square than Pope Benedict did in all of 2012. It's amazing the difference a T-shirt cannon makes. This week marks the 50th anniversary of the classic Walt Disney World ride, It's a Small World. The ride features over 300 animatronic children united in the shared goal of perpetuating stereotypes. A dog in Georgia named Norman has set a new record for being the fastest dog ever on a scooter, clocking in at a record time of anything. A 77-year-old man in Florida allegedly attacked a customer in front of him in line at Walmart who tried to check out with more than 20 items in the express lane. Incidentally, 20 items or less is Florida's only law.
Toronto Mayor Rob Ford announced this week that he is taking a leave of absence and will suspend his re-election campaign to go to rehab after a new video emerged of him allegedly smoking crack. You know, if this Rob Ford saga has proven anything, it's that crack must be great.
Kanye West this week asked Kim Kardashian for her brand in marriage. West proposed to Kardashian on Monday at San Francisco's AT&T Park. Kanye reportedly got down on one knee and said, "Will you make yourself the luckiest woman on earth?" Announced this week that the script for the next Star Wars movie has been finished, so that's probably what your adult son was yelling about from the basement.
The CEO of Target resigned this week over the fallout from last Christmas's credit card security breach, but things are still going great for the CEO of Walmart, a possum with a mullet.
After it was revealed that the NSA spied on 35 heads of state, President Obama this week continued to try to appease world leaders, but I don't think his gift baskets did anything to help. This thing on? We rehearsed that for an hour.
Is investigating a possible data breach involving customers' credit and debit card information. Said people who shop at Michael's, please steal my identity.
Officials in England, which is currently experiencing an invasion of massive jellyfish, are warning people that treating stings with urine is an old wives' tale and may actually make the pain worse. Though a more useful warning would be about the ocean filled with massive jellyfish.
Happens when a Canadian finally stops being polite and starts getting real. Toronto Mayor Rob Ford on Thursday denied claims that he offered to give a female staff member oral sex, saying that he's happily married and, quote, got more than enough to eat at home. Though after that press conference, I'm betting the kitchen's closed. It was announced this week that the rock group Kiss will not play when they're inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame next month, since they cannot decide on which lineup of the band should perform. Plus, no one will cover their shifts at Radio Shack. They're saying that Jack Nicholson and Tom Cruise may soon be reunited in a new movie. Nicholson plays a former president, and Cruise plays a Secret Service agent who is made to appear taller through camera tricks.
Jong-un took his teenage daughter to a munitions factory where they test-fired pistols together. Girl dad. The Department of Homeland Security posted an image of immigration officers in Santa hats with the caption, "You're going ho, ho, home." Even worse, Santa retweeted it.
Quietly approved the generic abortion pill just before the shutdown, and I don't have a joke, but whenever I mention a product on the air, they send me a box for free, so. President Trump claimed in his speech that for the past 7 months, there have been 0 illegal aliens allowed into the country. 0? I just got a lap dance from 2 last night.
Health Secretary RFK Jr. seen here trying to cure cancer with his mind. Said this week that men who were circumcised are more likely to be autistic, which isn't surprising coming from a man who looks like he's made out of foreskin. Oh. After the CEO of ExxonMobil told President Trump that Venezuela was uninvestable, Trump criticized him, saying that the company was playing too cute. Then the Exxon CEO said, "Oh, you think I'm cute?" And Trump said, "I do." And the Exxon guy said, "Well, is this cute?" And he put his hand on his thigh. Then Trump said, "Not as cute as this," and kissed him. All on season 2 of Heated Rivalry. What did I do to you? While traveling on Air Force One to the Middle East to celebrate the ceasefire, President Trump told reporters, "I don't think there's anything that's going to get me into heaven." Then he paused for 10 full minutes, waiting for someone to say, "That's not true." Because Trump can't go to heaven. He's far too busy down here, running hell. President Trump has spent so much time stalking Greenland like an absolute psycho. He's basically become a guy on a dating app. He's like, "Hey, Greenland, you look so good." And Greenland's like, "Haha, thanks." And Trump's like, "Seriously, I need you. I'd literally give $700 billion to be with you." And Greenland's like, "Look, not trying to be mean, but I'm not interested." And Trump's like, "I'll kill you, you ugly bitch."
So President Trump are calling him tone deaf for posting pictures of his newly renovated White House bathroom during the government shutdown. But I'm happy that the floor looks slippery. Review of the Alex Preddy shooting does not say that he attacked officers, which contradicts Kristi Noem's claims. But none of that really matters to Kristi Noem. She'll open fire even if you're a good boy. Andrew Cuomo spent the last day before the election campaigning around the city in a white Ford Bronco, which is what O.J. Simpson used to get away from police. But at least O.J. was ahead in the race for a while. The U.S. women's hockey team turned down President Trump's invitation to attend the stadium. Yes. You clap, but that only made Trump want them more. In a new interview, President Trump denied online rumors that the gold decorations in the Oval Office came from Home Depot, even though he has a whole team of guys taking stuff from Home Depot all the time. I love it. 2 employees at a Smoothie King in Michigan were reportedly fired after refusing to serve a smoothie to a man who was wearing a President Trump hoodie, which is crazy. I mean, what happened to being civil and just serving a smoothie with spit in it? Head of Homeland Security Kristi Noem, seen here watching the end of Marley and Me. Kristi Noem celebrated her birthday last week at a Mexican restaurant where she enjoyed her favorite food, line-cooked spit. Get an update on Michael K.
I'm Colin Jost. Good night.